Alright, here's the Hunter Infiniti ceiling fan. Yep, surprise guys, I'm actually recording this fan first. And then I'm going to do the Codep either tomorrow or in the next few days, whenever I have free time. I was able to pull off some screws from some of my other fans, from the crosswinds, the Howard Reed's crosswinds reverse switch. The screws on it will actually fit on this. So yeah, I'm just going to have to find screws that will fit, that are that size and they'll fit on this. The switch housing for this, that is. Now, the fan is in good shape. In the previous video, when I showed it with the other fans that I got the other day, the motor housing, the motor was a bit yellowed, but there were some areas that you could see that I just rubbed off the grease, and you could see that it was a bit yellowed, but I got it off completely. I just used a little wet cloth, and I got it off completely. And same with the blade arms, or the front part, that is, right here, is still a bit yellowed, that I have yet to clean off. But I will after this video is done, and I'll do another video sometime in the future showing this in better shape. Well, the blades, I'm not so sure if I can get the yellowish look off of them, but it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a older fan, and it's from 1995. But also this fan, out of the two Infinities, this was the one that was installed in the kitchen, so that's probably the other reason why it's more yellowish looking. But the switch housing on this is actually from the other Infinity. This one had a, in the other video when there was a video of me and Brandon at that house, and there was a video and he was on the ladder removing the Infinity. The one that was on the ground that had the low profile light on it is actually this one right here. What we did is we just switched the switch housings, since I wanted the one that had one that was flush mounted, and since he needed one that had a longer down rod, since he probably will put it up in his attic where the CHC Georgian is, I let him have the other one that he took down. And since he was kind enough to actually bring me there to get the fans, I let him have the light, since he didn't have to, but he also wanted one for himself. But since he drove for that, I feel like it was fair to let him have the light. And I am looking for one, but I'm looking for one in bright brass or polished brass, so that's the other reason why I let him have it. If it was polished brass, that would have been a different story. But yeah, this fan is from February of 1995, just like the low profile that I have in the Passport 2. And this is one of the 3 fans that I got the other day with him and Mark. Well, I didn't really get the other fans with Mark Wilson, but since he stole all the Habitat fans for himself. But I am actually going to be buying one from him too. One of the ones he got from the hall. He got a new in-box Hunter low profile in white, just like the one in my living room. It's 52 inches. Like, yes, I know I already have one, but low profiles I like a lot. The older ones, especially the 1 and the 2. So I don't mind having another one in the same. I just want to have them in different finishes, so that's why I'm getting it. So yeah, without further ado, let me go ahead and start off on metal. Something I do like about the switch housing is it kind of looks like a canopy you'd see on, well, a little cover on those canopies that you see on a industrial fan. I could definitely see myself putting this in a living room if it matches the decorations. Like if we had more white furniture in here and it feels like if my ceiling in the living room didn't have like wooden beams, I probably could put this up there. But actually, if I had one polished brass, that would definitely go up in place of the low profile. But the low profile does look pretty nice where it is. So, but yeah, I definitely am. I have found a low profile light that I'm gonna buy from someone. So that look forward to that being put up on the low profile. Has a nice low speed. The blades are not in the best alignment. Well, it's mostly because some of them, the rubber garments that like go in between the blades, some of them are a bit worn out. So that's kind of why some of them are not in the best alignment. But the blade arms are in pretty good shape. It's just the blades, they can't be screwed in all the way since the rubber garments are worn out. So I do apologize for that, but there's really nothing I can do there except swap them out from another blade. So I didn't even discover it until after I put it all together. So Yeah, I just didn't even bother. I'm just gonna show it the way it is, since and just show it off the original parts. Well, Switch housing isn't original to this exact one, but it's close enough. Alright, let me move it up to medium. Now these are, from what I know, these are Hunter fans that a lot of collectors are on the lookout for, because they don't, even though they are somewhat common in public places like like restaurants and stuff like that, they don't really seem to show up too much at a habitat. So I am pretty glad that I actually have one for myself. I mean, if you can get one from like a friend or a family member, that's kind of like the easiest way that I've known that collectors have gotten them. But yeah, I was definitely lucky to get these off of Craigslist for free. Originally, the owner wanted $30 for both of them, or originally 40. Then she dropped down to 30. Then the day that we were going to pick them up, she just said, "You know what? You can have all the fans for free, except that little hugger that was downstairs. She didn't want to give that one away because she didn't know if her husband wanted to still use it. But if they don't really end up using it, she'll give me a call, and then she'll bring it to. She actually will bring it to me, I think." She said, "But I'll still get it if she doesn't need it." But yeah. Yeah, but I'm definitely glad I got an Infinity finally. It's definitely one of my favorite Hunter fans, and definitely one of my earliest Hunter fans that I've seen. There was a pizza place that had one. I recorded a fan that replaced it, since it was having issues. So I don't remember what it was, but it just wasn't fixable from what they told me, and they just put up a quick connect in its place, sadly. But yeah, I remember it very brief when I was a little kid. It was a flush model just like this one, so yeah, these are huge childhood fans for me. Alright, let me go ahead and move it up to high. Now this fan does go pretty fast on high, just like a lot of 52-inch Hunters, or the older ones that is. And it moves plenty of air, just like the other Hunters that I have. Let me bring it in so you can hear the air movement. It's definitely a good air mover. It usually seems like motor as a Passport 2 in a low profile. So yeah, they basically all use the same motor, so that's why they're pretty good fans. But this one actually had a white motor. I found that interesting since it's an older Hunter. So I expected it to have a white motor actually. I expected it to have a black motor, not a white one. Well, it's the same as the low profile 2 that I have, the white one, not the antique brass one. That has the bottom part of the motor white and the top part, which is inside the motor housing, black. Yeah, I definitely want to find one of these in black. I'd love to have it with the rosewood blades showing, with a black spotlight kit. That would look really nice on it. This would look pretty nice. I wouldn't mind putting this in my bedroom, to be honest. Swapping it up, the Passport 2 up with this, but since I don't have it with the down rod, and these are a bit different to install with the down rod. Well, the flush mount too is just a bit different. It's starting to wobble a bit now. Let me shut it off in a bit. You can see the blade alignment. It's not close to it yet. Don't worry. Keeping an eye on it. Alright, let me shut it off and do a spin down. Yeah, I just could not wait any longer. I've only had it for like a day, and I already had to put it together and test it. So I just pulled some screws from the other fans and just put it on this. I was just dying to test it out after wanting one of these for a while. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to see what I can do for the blades. I mean, they're not too yellowed, but it would be nice to have it more whitish. But if not, it's not like I don't want it no more. I mean, it looks fine to me. The little centerpiece on the switch housing is normal. I've seen them get yellowed a bit, even in areas that's not like in a kitchen or anything like that. So yeah, and it's kind of tricky with gloss blades, so that could also be maybe like since it's gloss blades, the yellowish tint on the blades might not be able to come off. And if not, I'm okay with that. I mean, if they were extremely yellow, I kind of would be upset about that. But they're not that bad. I mean, it is a bit noticeable, but it's whatever. It's only, I mean, I got it for free, so I can't really complain. And I kind of expected it to be a bit yellowish too, since these fans are known for yellowing a little bit after a while. That is, since I don't know, gloss fans I notice tend to like even the finish, like the motor housing on some of them, will tend to yellow over a little over time. I definitely do like seeing this in my closet. It looks really good. It's definitely one of my favorite fans to look at in the closet. And definitely one of my favorite fans in my collection as well. Probably my second favorite, to be honest, since this is a huge childhood fan of mine. And it's almost at a complete stop. And there, it's at a complete stop, and that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.